Testing. Testing. Okay. All right, Shalom Israel. Shalom Bashim Yashab Rakatham to the brothers. Shalom Yahal Shema Allah Bashim Yashab to the sisters. We are the Isupk Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. We are not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. We teach that also for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are God's chosen people, that we are the true biblical Israelites that the Bible speaks of. And Esau, or as you know him as the white man, is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
Now today, you already know, you already tapped in Sabbath service. To everybody that's already tuning in, I see y'all. We're going to be doing Leviticus chapter 4, verse 25 to Leviticus chapter 6, verse 19. 49 verses in the Hebrew. 7 by 7, we do the first 7 in the Hebrew and then do the English and then continue. Participation is always encouraged. If you have any questions, by all means, feel free to put it in the chat and we'll answer it to the best of our ability. All right. You got anything else before we continue?
Awesome. All
right. So with that being said, Maijin, which means to rise or stand, just me and the brother here.
Sorry. Sorry. Which means to Israel.
Sorry.
Amayim Wapanyaha Kodam, which means to rise and face the east. We're doing the prayers. I'll be reading them in Hebrew and then priest and I'll be reading them in English. This is the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemaya, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakuska, Taba, Ratzaka, Haya, Aisha, Baratza, Kawa, Haya, Bashtamaya, Latan Lanawa, Lacham, Call, Yawan, Wasalak Lanawa, Kabawaf Yanawa, Kasalak Lanawa. So like a couple walking hour, Wala, Tabaya hour, Bansai one, a ball, I was trying hour, my young, right, Kaya, Laka, Kamalakwa, so like Waha Allah, Wat the Para, Wala I want, so like Wala I Alumnium, Aman.
Now in English, our
Father,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name,
hallowed be thy name,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom come,
that will be done,
in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day, our daily bread, forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Amen. This is the power in Hebrew, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Baba Kusha, Natan Lanawa, Hakak, Larapa'ah, Ka Makala, Wakal Marawa, Hakak, La Tahar, Hamat the Ryan, Hakak, La Hakwaya, Hamatya, Hakak, Al Rakawat, Atama'ala, the Garshun, Ba'ashem, Yahusha, the water, Aman. Now in the English, Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushua, please
give us the power.
Please, so like give us the power.
The power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease. And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you. So be it.
So be it. This bless Israel in the Hebrew, Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Barak Lanawa. Wayashra Allah. Wahabaya. Sapari. Barak. Ba'ashem Yahushua. The water. Aman.
I was like, what we just said was, Lord.
In the name of Yahushua,
bless us
and Israel
and the school
in the name
of
of Yahushua.
Thank you.
So be it. This is Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayunya, Haharyam, Mayan, Yaba'ah, Azariah, Ma'ain, Yahweh, Asha, Shamayam, Wa'aratza, Ayatan, Amawat, Rogalka, Al Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shamar, Yashra'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Taza'alka, Al Yad, Yamyaka, Yawaman, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Blyala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal, Rai, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'afka, Waba'afka, my wide, I will.
Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help
cometh
from the Lord.
Cometh from the Lord.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee.
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
Will not slumber.
Behold.
He
that keepeth Israel.
He that keepeth Israel.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade.
The Lord is thy shade.
Upon thy right hand.
Upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Nor the moon by night.
Nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee.
The Lord shall preserve thee.
All evil.
From all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going
The
out.
Lord shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in.
And thy coming in.
This time forth.
From this time forth.
And even.
Forevermore. This is Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim. Al-Dami Alaka. Al-Taka Arash. Wa Al-Tashakwat. Kayana. Sorry. Kayana. Sorry. Ayawabuka, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, Al-Amika, Yairwamya, Sawada, Waita, Yaitazawa, Al-Tazapawanyaka, Amarwa, Lakawa, Wanakakida, Magawa, Wala'a, there's a car, Sham Yashra'ala, Iwada, Kaya, Nabatazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Al Yaka, Barya, Yakarahwa, Alahaya, Adawam, Waya Shabai, Alahaya, Mawa'aba, Wagaryam, Gabal, Wayamawan, Wa'amalak, Palasha, Amishabia, Tazawar, Gam Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarwai, Labunya, Lawat, Salah, Aisha, Laham, Kamadya, Kasaya, Sara'ah, Kawabayan, Kayabian, Banakal, Koyashwan, the Shad Mawa, Bayan, Dara, Hayawa, Daman, La Adama, Shayatama, Nada, Yab, Mawa, Kaira, Wakazaba, Wakazal, Manai, Call Nasi Yakamwa, Ashtar, Amarwa, Nayarash, Nayarasha, Nanawa, Nawa, Alahaya, Shayathamwa, Kagagala, Kakwash, Lapanya, Rawaka'a, Ka'ash, Tabaira, Yaira, Wakalaba, Talahat, Haharya, Hariyam, Kun, Daradapma, Basta Irika, Wabasa, Wapaska, Daba Alum, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kuala One, Waya, Bakashwa, Shamka, Yahweh, Yabashwa, Waya, Bahawa, Ayai, Waya, Kaparwa, Waya, Abadwa, Yawa, Waya, Daiwa, Kaya, Ata, Shamka, Yahweh, Labaka, Alwan, Alka, Aratza.
Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O God.
O God.
For
lo, thine enemies
make a tumult.
They
that hate
thee
have
lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
Against thy people.
And
consulted
against thine hidden ones.
They have said,
Come,
let us cut them off. From being a nation. That the name of Israel may be no more remembered.
They have consulted
together
with one consent.
They are confederate against
the
tabernacles of Edom,
the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab,
and
the
Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also joined with
Ashur also joined with them.
They have hope in the children
They
of
have
Lot.
hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them
Do unto them
as to the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sarah,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of
at
Kison,
the brook of Kasam,
which perished at Endor.
perished that endure.
They became as dung for the
They
earth.
became as dung for the earth.
Made their nobles like a red,
Make their nobles like Oreb,
like Zeid.
and like Zaid.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes,
all their princes,
as Sabbath,
as Zabak,
and as Amunah,
and as Almunah,
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the houses of God
the houses of God
in possession.
in possession.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Make them like a whip,
Make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth the
as
wood,
the fire burneth the wood,
as the flames set the mountains
as
on
the
fire.
flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest.
make them afraid
Make them afraid
with thy storm,
with thy storm.
fill their face with shame,
Fill their face with shame,
they may seek thy name,
that they may seek thy name.
O Lord,
O Lord,
let them be confounded,
let them be confounded
in trouble,
and troubled
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame,
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high,
art the most high over all the earth. This is the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shai, Wa Mayaka'ala, Wa Alahayim, Batazab Yahah, Ala Wap Yahana, Ha Ala Wapyam, Ha Saranyam, Ha Kwatzayanym, Haka Yayoyam, Haka, it's like Waha Awapyam, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, for water, I'm up.
Now in the English. Blessed to Yahweh.
Blessed to Yahweh,
And Yahweh Shai.
and Yahweh Shai,
And Michael.
and Michael,
And the angel.
and the angel,
Commanding General Yohanan.
commanding General Yohanan,
The general.
the generals,
The captain.
the captains,
Officers.
the officers, the troopers,
And the sisters.
and the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
Thank you.
thank you,
So be it.
so be it.
Sorry, it's me. All right, you may be seated. All right, for anybody who's just not tuning in, Sabbath service, we're going to be reading Leviticus chapter 4, verse 25 to 6 and 19. The first 7 verses are going to be in the Hebrew. Priest and Officer Abaya Allah will be reading in the Hebrew, and then we'll read in the English, and then continue. And if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. So the first 7 verses we're going to be going over is going to be Leviticus chapter 4, verse 25 to Leviticus chapter 4, verse 31.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 4, verse 25 in the Hebrew. Halapak. Also like a wa, wala kwa. Hakahan, so like a hakahan. Mad, so like a madam. Hakata, so like a ha. Kata'a. Ba'a. Ba'a taza ba. Ba'ain, so like a bawa. Wanathan. Al. Quaranath, or so like a quadanath. Mazabah, it's like a mazabah. Hala, it's like a ha'ala. Ha'ila. Wa'ath. Ramawa. Yasha, it's like a Yashapana. All ma. Yamana, it's like a Yamanad. Mazabah. Ha'ila, verse 26. Wa'ath, call. Kalabah, so Kalabah. It's like a yak, kwama, it's like a yak, kwa, siyad. It's like hama. Hama, so like a hama zabaka, ka, kalabah, zabak, ha shalamyam, wakapar, so like al yawa, hakahan, ma, so like a ma ka'a, it's like a ma ta'an, wamana laka, it's like a wamana lak, wa'am, napash, it's like a ka, daha, it's like daka, sa'a, it's like a daka sha'a, ba, sha, gaga. It's like a, I don't pronounce that. This right. Basha gaga, ma tazam. It's like a ma'aim. Ha'airan. It's like a ha'aratada. Ba'isha, Taha, Aka, sorry, Akatha, Matazaraya, it's like a Mataza'ath, Yahweh, Ashar, La'ah, Ta'ashayana, Wa'asham, Awa, it's like verse 28, Awa, Hawa Da'ai, Allah Yawah, Kama, sorry, Kasa'a, Tawa, Ashar, Kasa'a, Wa'abaya, Kwara, Banawa, Sha'ai, sorry, Shawa, sorry, Sha, Isayam, Tamayama, Na, Kwaba'a, Al, Kasa Thawa, Ashar, Kasa'a, verse 29, Watamar, Ata, Yadawa, Al, Ra'ash, Hakasa'a, Washa, Kata, Ata, Hakata'a, Bama Kwa Wayam, Ha'ila, verse 30, Wala Kwa, Kwak, wala kwa ka hala selagi ha hakahan mada ma ba'aitaza by selagi ba'aitaza by wa ba'aiwa wana thun I la selagi al Quara na'a mazabah selagi mazabah ha'ai selagi ha'ila wa'ata kala selagi dama'a yashapa'ar selagi Allah wata rada ha hamazda baha hamazabah verse 31, right?
30.
No, read 31.
Yeah, read 31.
Wa'ata kal kalaba yatayar ka'ashar hawatara kalaba ma'ala zabak hasalomium wahakwa sayara hawa kwasayar hakahan hamazabah larayah naya kaka laya hawa zakwa para ala alyawa hakahan waya wana salah lawa
That's it. So we're going to be doing Leviticus chapter 4, verse 25 to 31 in the English.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 4, verse 25 in the English. And the priest shall take of the blood of the sin offering with his finger and put it upon the horns of the altar of burnt offering, and shall pour out his blood at the bottom of the altar of burnt offering. Verse 26, and he shall burn his fat upon the altar as the fat of the sacrifice of peace offerings. And the priest shall make an atonement for him as concerning his sin, and it shall be forgiven him. Verse 27, and if one of the common people sin through ignorance while he doeth somewhat against any of the commandments of the Lord concerning things which ought not to be done, and be guilty, or if his sin which he has sinned come to his knowledge, then he shall bring his offering a kid of the goats, a female without blemish for his sin which he hath sinned.
Okay, so we can stop right there, right? So again, we went over this quite a bit. For anybody who's been following along past few weeks with Sabbath service, again, this is a time where we would, make sacrifices, atoning for the sins that we have committed. Of course, we went over this last week. We don't do this anymore because obviously we abused it. So the Lord does not give us this grace anymore. However, at this time, let's go back to specifically 27 and 28, where it says, and if any one of the common people sin through ignorance, meaning you didn't know. We kind of went over this last time. I believe this was what? Hebrews 10 and 26. If you can get that for me, Bob, just real quick. Hebrews 10 and 26 is kind of talking about how sin is wrong. Sin is a transgression of the law. We already know this. But then there's sinning willingly, and then there's sinning through ignorance. If you can read that, Bob,
Okay. The book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 26. For if we sin willfully after that, we have received the knowledge of the truth. Right. There remaineth no sacrifice for sins.
There remaineth what?
No sacrifice for sins.
There is no sacrifice for your sins. Meaning what? It's different when you've been eating pork your whole life and it's like, oh, I didn't know that we're not supposed to be eating pork. But now when it comes to the truth, the Lord is making you know, hey, that is an unclean animal. You shouldn't be eating that. Right. Now, if you eat it, that's on you now. Again, no different from like a parent to a child. You know, you got to hold yourself accountable now. Because like, hey, like we already told you, you know better. I'm pretty sure we've all heard that before. You knew better. But then you still did it. That means, one, you had no respect for the Most High. It also shows you don't care about yourself. It's like, oh, I'm going to do what I want to do. You know, what paraphrasing, of your flesh there is no good thing, right? You're letting your carnality win, all right? There was a time, like there's a reason why the Most High flooded the earth. I want you to understand that. Because it was like, you think it's bad now. Like you see all the crazy stuff that happens on the internet now. It was worse back then. I know that might be hard to believe, but it was worse. So much that the Lord was like, nah, like y'all giving to your flesh way too much and y'all just doing anything under the sun at this point. Right. So I got to get rid of y'all. So going back to this, now you know better. All right. So we'll continue going back to Leviticus 5:27. And if any one of the common people sin through ignorance while he doeth somewhat against any of the commandments of the Lord concerning things which ought not to be done and be guilty, but then it says, or if his sin which he hath sinned come to his knowledge, meaning, okay, now you know you're not supposed to be eating pork, right? You ate whatever last night. Somebody come up to you, you're not supposed to do that. Oh, wow, now I know. Then he shall bring his offering, a kid of goats, a female without blemish, for his sin which he hath sinned. Now, let's kind of think of this in today's sense, right? You didn't know that something was wrong. Now you know that something was wrong. This person is being told, hey, you know, you're going to make this sacrifice. Now, we don't make the sacrifice literally anymore. But this is an example of taking accountability for your actions. Hey, I was wrong for what I did. Let me make amends for it. That's what that's going on right there. That shows a sense of character. And that should let you know how you should move throughout life, right? If you know you did something wrong, just own up to it. Just own up to it. Like, I don't know if I ever taught this. I remember my parents used to always tell me, like, if you did something wrong, just tell me the truth. You already in trouble. But if you lie about it, and then they find out later, you're going to be even more trouble. Because now it's like sin on sin, if that makes sense. You already here. Now you're trying to hide it. And within the darkness comes light. Now you're up here now. Now you're going to have an even worse punishment. Use that in the same context with the Lord. The Lord already knows, first of all. Let's just, Shalom on Christ. The Lord already knows. But you're trying to hide it? You can't hide nothing from the Lord. He knows what you've been doing. Just own up to it. Look, just take the chastisement there. You ain't dead. It's okay. All right. Just understand, hey, what I did was wrong. You're gonna get punished. Okay. Move on. Use that as a learning experience. Don't be afraid of chastising. Like that's kind of like what we teach we teach this a lot to a lot of brothers and sisters, but I'm gonna just focus on brothers specifically. One of the main reasons why a lot of brothers don't come into the truth is because you don't want to take orders.
Right.
You don't view another so-called Black or Hispanic or Native American man telling you what to do as a proper authoritative figure. You'll go to your job all day and listen to a white man telling you what to do, or a white woman in some cases, or anybody else. You'll listen to the IRS when they tell you to pay your taxes, because you know it's going to be a punishment for that, right? You know to pay your bills. You'll listen to everybody else, but then a brother in here tells you, hey, you should pull up your pants. Not even in a disrespectful way, because there's a way to go about things. Don't embarrass the brother. Don't like call him out in front of everybody. But like, if you know a brother doing something wrong, pull him to the side. Yeah, let me talk to you real quick. Hey, you shouldn't present yourself that way. Like, however you want to, be respectful about it. But then it's like that's too much for you. The brother being kind to you and checking you in a brotherly way, that's too much for you. Right. You should just take the checking. Right? Take the checking and move on, because let me ask y'all this. Why is that brother checking you? Those who have been in school long enough, you should know this is an easy answer. Actually, about what? If a brother is checking you, why do you think that is?
Because that brother cares about you.
Exactly. That brother cares about you. That's all it is. Because if he don't care about you, he just gonna let you do whatever the hell you want.
Right. He
don't care about you. Like your parents in the world who let you smoke weed with them. They didn't. That's not real love. That's being weak. They're failing you.
Right.
Y'all think y'all friends now. It's not your friend. That's your father and your mother. They're there to teach you. And a good mother and father will teach their kids. Why? Because they care about you. They love you. That's showing love, right? Just so everybody has an understanding of that. You got anything before we continue up?
Come on, if I may.
Go ahead.
There's a story. So like, if I can't forget the prophet's name. There was a brother. Israel was struggling, I guess, at the time. And they told that brother, go sell everything. And then bring the profits from that. And we're going to divide it amongst the people. Everybody going to get the equal share. This brother went and sold everything he had to sell. And only gave a part of that, thinking he could hide it. And when he went and gave that part, the prophet was like, so why would you do this? And the brother, just imagine, the brother like, hold on, like, what you talking about? You know, he don't know the prophet know what he's talking about. After the prophet answered his question, brother couldn't even get an answer. He dropped dead in his head right there. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Lord is always watching. You can't fool the Lord. You can't run from the Lord. That's Jonah. It didn't work out so good for him. It didn't work out good for anybody that tried to hide anything from the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, everything done in the dark will come to light, right. Especially dealing with the Lord. You think you can't follow his laws when you're not, you know what I'm saying? When you by yourself, nah, it's gonna come to light. You're gonna be exposing it. Everyone's gonna see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's his name? Glorilla Shebrew. He thought he could hide that.
Glorilla Shebrew.
He thought he could hide that. And now the whole nation of Israel knows about that. What's done in the dark will come to light.
Yeah.
All your sins is gonna be shown. So like you would rather them come out right now than the day Christ come back. And then he come and say, depart from me, for I have not known you. You would rather your sins come out now so you can get checked and corrected rather than the day of the Lord. Because like I forgot, Officer Thabo had said, you're going to be in a room with everybody else and you're going to see and you're going to hear a boom and your feet ain't left the ground yet. And you're going to be tripping like, oh. You know what I'm saying? Everybody going to know that you was doing wrong, that you was not on your P's and Q's when you were supposed to be doing. And now you left in this hell, man, when everybody else going to the kingdom of heaven. So it's like,
that's an excellent point. It's an excellent point. Like, we got to think like that. Like, you just reminded me, there was another account. I speak a lot about like King David, but it's a lot you can learn from his time in rulership. Right. There was the account of when we already knew, like, he slept with Bathsheba. She was married to his name was Uri. And pretty much he got that man killed. He tried to he slept with her while they were together, and then he was trying to persuade the man to go over there and sleep with his wife because David already knew there was a good chance he already impregnated her. So it was like a cover up. Like, oh well, if he goes over there and he has sex with her, then it's like, oh, that's his kid. Well, what ended up happening, he ended up getting that man killed, and then it's like, oh, she no longer has a husband, because if you know the Bible, the only way a sister can remarry is if sadly her husband passes. Right. Then it's like, okay, well, you don't have a husband. You're not committing adultery. So now if you are widowed, you are free to remarry. So now it's like, oh, she's widowed now. Now she can be remarried. So what happens? King David gets her. Well, later what happens, a priest, I want to say it was Nathaniel. Could be wrong. I believe it's Nathaniel. It was a priest. He ends up going to David, and he's telling him about the story about a man that's in the village, right? And this man, he had, I believe it was either a goat or a sheep. It was a lamb. It was a lamb. Wow, it was a lamb. And he loved that lamb. Like, that was like his baby. Like, he took care of it like it was his own kid, pretty much. And then what ended up happening was somebody took that lamb from him. And David got real mad. He was like, how dare they? Like, he got real riled up about it. He's like, tell me who took this lamb from him. And then it was not a trick, but it was kind of like a gotcha moment. He ended up telling him oh, it was you. But what he's really talking about is you took that man's wife. Right. You were wrong. And then David kind of oh, damn. He had no choice but to just deal with it. And then sadly, what ended up happening was his firstborn child ended up passing. But a lot of people skip over this part. He had children, but most of his children passed because of lust, the sin that David committed. Think about it. Solomon lost the kingdom because of his lust for heathen women. I forgot their names, but it was another brother. He ended up sadly sexually assaulting his sister. Like, his blood. Absalom. Yeah, it was Absalom. What's his name? I don't know if it's with an A. If you can get the names from me, sure. It was that brother. He ended up sleeping with his sister, and then I think it was his other brother ended up finding out what he did, and I think David ordered him to not harm his brother because it's vengeance of the Lord, right? He ain't listening, so he ended up. Let's see, Ammon. Okay, so he ended up killing his brother, right? So boom, now another child gone, right? But then that brother, because he killed his brother, he ended up dying. But it all revolved back to King David because it was that spirit of lust, and he didn't realize that it passed on to his children. That's like some of his sons died because of the spirit of lust indirectly. Right. So again, what's in the dark is going to come to light. Even if we think of it carnally, we think if nobody knows, then we're fine. Even if your mama don't know, your daddy don't know, your sons, daughters, wives, husband, let's say nobody knows. The Lord knows. And even if it's never leaked out to the public, he knows. He will find a way to punish you. And the Lord can get real creative on how he punishes you. So just be mindful of that, right? Salakia. Where we at? 28. So we'll continue. We can go to verse 29, Leviticus 5.
Come on.
29. Salakia.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 4, verse 29. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of the sin offering. And it's like I didn't read verse 28.
Oh, you didn't?
No loss.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Come on. Verse 28. Or if his sin which he has sinned come to his knowledge, then he shall bring his offering a kid of the goats, a female without blemish for his sin which he hath sinned. Verse 29. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of the sin offering and slay the sin offering in the place of the burnt offering. Verse 30. And the priest shall take of the blood thereof with his finger and put it upon the horns of the altar and the altar of burnt offering, and shall pour out the blood thereof on the bottom of the altar. Verse 31. And he shall take away all the fat thereof, as the fat is taken away from off the sacrifice of peace offerings, and the priest shall burn it upon the altar for a sweet savor unto the Lord, and the priest shall make an atonement for him, and it shall be forgiven him.
All right, that's it. All right, so we'll do Leviticus 4 and 32 to 5 and 4. Okay. All right, so the book of Leviticus chapter 4, verse 32. Wa'am kabash wabaya kwara banya lakataf nakoba'a thamayam ma'a wabayanya wastaman a wadya al ra'ash hakataf hakataf washakat atha lakataf bamakwa yum ashar washakat af ha'ayla'a wala ta'af haba'an madam hakataf batazaba'aya one nathan al kwanath mazaba'ak ha'ayla'a wa'ath ba'al dama'a washapan all yasaw wasayad hamaza ba'ak wa'ath ba'al kalaba'a wasayar bashar wawasar kalab habashab mazaba'ak hashalamayam wakatayar haba'an atham hamaza ba'ak al ashia Yahweh wabapar ilaya haba'an al katathya Ashar, Kata'a, Wana Sa La'ak, Laya, Wana Pash, Ba'ar, Thakata'a, Washama'aya, Kwa'al, Kwa'yov, Ala'a, Wa'ahaya, Aid, Aya, Ra'a, Aya, Ya, Wadai, Laya, Wagayad, Wanasha'a, Ayanya, Aya, Napash, Ashar, Thagai, Babal, Dabar, Tama'a, Aya, Bala'ath, Kaya, Tama'a, Aya, Bala'ath, Kama'a, Tamaya, Aya, Balath, Sharatazah, Tama'a, Wanai Layum, Amanya, Wahaya, Tama'a, Washa'am, Aya, Waya, Baya, Yagai, Batama'ath, Adam, Labal, Tama'ath, Ya, Ashar, Watama'a, Yatama'a, Ka'a, Wanai Layum, Mamanya, Owaya'a, Yadai, Washa'am, last verse, Aya, Napash, Baya, Tashaba'ai, Labata'a, Basha Pathayum, Lara'ai, Aya, Laha Wa Ya'ab, Labal, Ashar, Yama'a, Hadam, Kasha Ba'ai, Basha Ba'aya, Wana'ai La'am, Mamanya, Wa'aya, Yadai, Washam, Lakath, Mala'ah. All right, that's it.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 4, verse 32 in the English. And if he bring a lamb for a sin offering, he shall bring it to a female without, he shall bring it a female without blemish. Verse 33, and he shall lay his hand upon the head of the sin offering and slay it for a sin offering in the place where they kill the burnt offering. Verse 34, and the priest shall take of the blood of the sin offering with his finger and put it upon the horns of the altar of burnt offering, and shall pour out all the blood thereof at the bottom of the altar. Verse 35, and he shall take away all the fat thereof, as the fat of the lamb is taken away from the sacrifice of the peace offerings. And the priest shall burn them upon the altar according to the offerings made by fire unto the Lord. And the priest shall make an atonement for his sin that he hath committed, and it shall be forgiven him. The book of Leviticus, chapter 5, verse 1. And if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing, and is a witness, whether he hath seen it or known of it, if he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity.
Okay, so let's do a quick little breakdown, right? When you hear the word swearing in the Bible, what do y'all think that means? And anybody's free, put whatever definition you think it is. Remember, this is the Bible, so sometimes certain words are written. Remember, so King James Version of the Bible is the most accurate English interpretation of the Bible, but just remember, the Bible wasn't originally written in English. So where it says, and if a soul sin, hear the voice of swearing, what do y'all think that means? That word, swearing. Anybody is free to answer. What does that mean? Even if it's wrong, just put whatever you think it is. You don't got to go on to Google and stuff and say making an oath or promise. Hey, clap it up. That's literally what it is. Yes. Making an oath or a promise. So when you go to the Blue Letter Bible, you go into the interpretation of the word swearing. It's ala'ah, and it's oath of covenant, to curse from God, from men, or execration or swearing. So now, the person just said, who's that? Young man Leonard, Most High in Christ. Okay, so making an oath, you are 100% correct. So keep that in mind. And if a soul sinner hear the voice of swearing, this means if you, okay, let me read the whole thing, and is a witness, whether he hath seen or shown of it, if he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity. What this means is, let me see. So I got notes. Let's go up real quick. Leviticus 5. Okay, so if a soul sins, it's referring pretty much to a person committing a wrong, specifically tied to silence rather than active wrongdoing. And here the voice of swearing means hearing a formal oath or hearing a public curse or vow that requires a response. So remember, at this time, like word of mouth goes a long way, right? And it says, is a witness if you either personally seen the event or have knowledge of it, you have a duty to speak the truth. So what this means is if you are a bystander, let's say you're walking and you see, I'm gonna get a little extreme on you. This happens in today's world. Let's say you're walking down the street. There is a man and he is assaulting a woman. It's just y'all three. You walk in, you just happen to see them right there, right? She's screaming for help. What do you think the right thing is to do? Anybody? This should be a pretty easy answer. I hope it's the easy answer. Come on, y'all. What should you do? Should y'all help her? Like, should you say something? Should you try to stop it? Let's see. Let's see. Try and help. Okay, so let's just say that, right? What if you just walk away? We just like pretend nothing happened. You think that's right? I'll give it to you like this for time's sake, right? What if it was your mother? What if it was your sister, your daughter, right? Your wife? You would want somebody to help her. Let's see. Okay, Salakia, for example, when the courts make people swear on the Bible.
She's talking about swearing.
Okay, you're not wrong, actually. I'll get to that in a second. That goes back to the oath that we were talking about. Yes. Yeah, help her, right? You would want to help her, right? Don't be, I forgot the terminology. It's a something bystander. Like when you're witnessing something wrong, right? In this tense, when we go to the Bible, right? Let's say, use a little bit more literal. Let's say you're walking by and you overhear two men talking about how they're going to sexually assault a woman. You hear it, right? You hear the names, whatever. They didn't physically do it yet, but you hear it. You should do something to stop that from happening, right? That's pretty much what this is talking about. If you hear sin, you walking down, I don't know, I pray this never happens, but let's say you in school, you walk around and you hear of somebody and they planning on doing something devious, whatever it may be, but you know it's a sin. If you just walk away and pretend like you didn't hear nothing, guess what? You are just as guilty as that person. Because that was your choice, that was your chance to stop the sin from even happening, stopping somebody else from getting harmed. Whether if it's physical violence or like somebody lying on somebody, stirring up strife, whatever it may be, it's your job to do something about it. Now, I ain't saying run up to the person and punch him. I ain't saying necessarily that in all aspects, but you should do something. Sister, if you know, like, oh yeah, like this person saying so. Okay, how do I say this? Some people don't like this because they think it's being a snitch. That's what you think it is. And we all been raised, snitches get stitches, stuff like that. But there are certain things you need to bring up. Right? There's a lot of things that happen in our community that people don't speak on because it's just like, oh, I ain't got nothing to do with it. You don't want it coming back to you. You don't want your name being brought up. You're trying to save your ass. Meanwhile, this person was harmed in however way. And you could have helped them. You could have stopped them or stopped whoever was harming them, but you chose not to because it was like, oh, it's not my problem. You want to know what that leads to? That leads to white people feeling like they could pick on us. You want to know why a lot of white people be feeling like, oh, they can just disrupt the black community whenever they feel like it, or they can make money off of us, or they can go in the middle of the street and shoot one of us dead and nobody's going to do anything? It's because just that. They feel like no one's going to do anything.
Right.
They feel like that, right? They feel like, oh, what are they going to do? Their motto is, oh, well, they killed each other, so it ain't going to be a problem if we kill them. You know how many times you go on the internet and you see like it be sadly a brother or a sister, they get detained for, like, when I say detained, I'm saying like it'd be a teenage boy and he just getting beat the hell out of. And instead of like helping the brother or doing something to help him, people just walk by. They just walk by. Oh, it's not my problem.
That's lucky if I may.
Go ahead.
Even worse, they just start recording.
Thank you. You record.
They'd be like, get off him. All up in the face, in the police face. Like,
it's like if you gonna be there, look, I'm gonna give it to you straight. I'm not telling anybody here to go out here and fight the police. That's not what I'm saying. Right. However, think of it like this. Some of y'all got kids. Imagine your son or your daughter, and you know they didn't do nothing wrong. Police brutality. And I mean like they're beating them. I'm talking about like blood on the ground. That's your baby, right? I would think you would have the instinct to protect your children or protect your wife. Hell, protect your husband. Shit, so I get like, that's what I would think. But the thing is, we don't do that no more. Like you said, we'll record. The boy bleeding on the ground, head getting crushed, and we just do a bystander. You talking about you want to raise awareness, that boy died right there. Or it's just now, it's for the world to see now. That's all it is, public display. That's what this is talking about. Stop. You got to get out of that mindset. Like, don't be stirring up strife. Don't be doing that mess. And if you can go to that person alone and confront them, do that first if need be. But then there are certain things, and y'all can use your imagination where it's like, oh, hell, like somebody need to know about this, or this person need to get dealt with, because this is going to lead to something bad. That's what this is talking about. Because if you don't, you hear, oh, this brother gonna rob this brother. You heard them, and you did nothing. You just, ain't my problem. He ain't robbing me.
Right.
You don't even say that. You don't even bring it up to your outer one. You don't say nothing. You don't go to that brother and like, hey, what you think about doing? You don't do nothing. You just, guess what? You're just as guilty as the robber. Because what is it as our duties as priests? We're supposed to teach the law, right? We're supposed to teach that we should be protecting each other, right? Honesty and truth, right? Trust not in word, but in deed and truth. I'm paraphrasing.
Right.
Okay, well, that was your moment. You would want somebody to do that for you, would you not? Okay, well, you should do that for somebody else. That's all I got. So, like, you got anything else?
Allah, sir.
We could go to 5 and 2.
Okay. The book of Leviticus, chapter 5, verse 2. Or if a soul touch any unclean thing, whether it be a carcass or of an unclean beast, or a carcass of an unclean cattle, or the carcass of an unclean creeping things, and if it be hidden from him, he shall be unclean and guilty.
Okay. Oh wait, is that it?
Not verse 4.
Just for verse. Yeah, just you already read verse 3.
No, I ain't read verse 3. You go to verse 3. Okay. Verse 3, or if he touch the uncleanness of man, whatsoever uncleanness whatsoever uncleanness it be that a man shall be defiled withal, and it be hid from him, when he knoweth of it, then he shall be guilty.
Verse 4, if a soul swear pronouncing with his lips to do evil or to do good, whatsoever it be that a man shall pronounce with an oath, and it be hid from him, when he knoweth of it, then he shall be guilty in one of those, in one of these.
Okay, so two things here, right? The first one, 2 and 3, this is more like a literal sense. Going over the different ways that you could be unclean. One of it is if you touch a dead animal, pretty much, right? If there's the dead carcass. Now, when I say dead animal, hear me out. We're not talking about, since you cooking chicken and obviously the chicken's dead. Like, you got the chicken at the supermarket, whatever, or you might have, I don't know, cut the chicken's head off your damn self. I don't know. But that's not what that's talking about.
Right.
This is like roadkill. Like, if there's a dead coyote on the ground somewhere and you, I don't know why you would do this, but if you touch the dead coyote, you are unclean.
Right.
And you definitely should take a shower because that's crazy. But that's what that means, right? Verse 4, okay. So let's break this down real quick. So it says, or if a soul swear, mind you, we brought out what swear means in this context, right? Not a curse word, but making an oath, right? Pronouncing with his lips to do evil or to do good. Now, this might get a little confusing. Now, swearing to do evil, that's pretty self-explanatory, right? But what I know what it means, I'm gonna ask y'all, what do you think it means to swear but to do good? Mind you, an oath. What do you think that means? In your own words. You don't gotta give me like a precept or anything, just in your own words. What do you get from that? I just want to see if anybody guesses it before we move on. Swearing to do good. Or if a soul swear pronouncing with his lips to do evil or to do good, whatsoever it be that a man shall pronounce with an oath, and it be hid from him. And then it says, when he knoweth of it, then he shall be guilty in one of these. To be truthful with your action, okay, you're close. I'll just give it to you, right? It's kind of like, okay, when you make an oath, when we made an oath to the Most High, what is like, I don't know how to say it without giving it to y'all. So I'll just give it to you. When we made an oath to the Most High, a bond, y'all are saying it without saying it. I'll give it to you, right? Y'all are there. It's a promise.
Right.
When you make an oath, you're making a promise. We made an oath to the Most High, let's see, to follow through. There you go. Most High in Christ. Okay, the sister got it. To follow through on the promise that was made. Most High in Christ. That's exactly what it is, right? So what this is talking about, or if a soul swear, pronouncing with his lips to do evil, which is pretty self-explanatory, or to do good, meaning you promised something, or you promised somebody, right? Whatsoever it be that a man shall pronounce with an oath, and it be hid from him when he knoweth of it, then he shall be guilty in one of these. Meaning what? This is pretty much saying to be hid from him, the person might not realize or remember the oath, but once it comes back to their awareness, they're responsible. Meaning what? You're making a promise you can't keep. That's pretty much what this is talking about. Don't make promises you can't keep. But with anything, right? Because it kind of takes away your credibility, right? If you're telling a brother consistently, like, it can be something basic, like, let's say the brother, he needed $20 for gas or something. You know, oh yeah, I got you. You never sent it. And then you keep telling, oh yeah, I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you. And like, you never do it. It's kind of like, you should have never even made the promise. You should have just been real with the brother, like, hey, Slack, I ain't got $20 right now. I'm broke my damn self. That's it. Don't give like false hope. Don't do that. Because then, in a sense, and this is knowingly, by the way, it's different if like you promised the brother $20 and then like in 5 hours you lost the $20 bill. That's different because like obviously your intention was to get $20. But if you know in your mind you are not going to do this or you're incapable of doing it, but then you still tell somebody you're going to do it, what is that? What is that called? It's one word. I'm saying I'm going to do something knowing I'm not going to do it. What did I just do? It's one word. I want to see if y'all say it. Most High Christ, you're lying. And lying is what? A sin.
Right.
That is a sin. Making false promises is a sin. That might go over some people's heads, but that's what this is talking about. So don't make promises you can't keep.
Right.
And with anything, you know, just for every day, if you know you can't be somewhere, just say you can't be there. Don't be like, yeah, I'm gonna be there, and then never show up. Don't do that, because everybody gonna be looking like, oh, like you don't want to be that person. Like, oh, we all know that, brother. He said he is. We all know, because you built up that reputation of like, yeah, that's the session gonna drop off that food. You know, we already know. Because you done said it so many times and then never do. You just ghost. You don't want that reputation. That means that you don't have a lot of credibility. Also, you're not reliable. So Christ come back tomorrow. You think he wants an unreliable person? He doesn't. Yep. Yep, she got it. Hypocrite. Yeah, that's so the word I was looking for was lying, but yes, that's also true. You're a hypocrite. You know who are hypocrites? Sadducees and Pharisees.
Right.
Those are hypocrites. You don't want that. All right. And if anybody was wondering what a Sadducee and a Pharisee is, it's a hypocrite, but it also, when you go into the Blue Letter Bible, it breaks it down as somebody who is deviated from the law. You know, Sadducees and Pharisees killed Christ, right? You go back to what's I believe it's John 8:44, when he's explaining, like, you know, you serve your father the devil. He's talking to Israelites when he's saying that. They're over here telling him, like, oh, you know, I'm of the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob myself. And he's looking at them like, yeah? They're like, yeah. He said, oh, okay. So why are you trying to kill me? You're a hypocrite.
Right.
You got anything else before we go?
No, sir.
All right. So that's it on that. We'll continue. So we'll do Leviticus 5. Yeah, 5 and 5 to 5 and 11. Okay. So book of Leviticus chapter 5, verse 5. Okay. Wayahaya, Baya, Wayasham, Lakath, Mala'ah, Wayathayadya, Ashar, Kata'a, Ilaya, Wayabaya, Ath, Shamya, Layahawa, Il, Katathya, Ashar, Kata'a, Nakwaba'a, Ma'an, Hatazia'a, Bashaba'a, Aya, Sha'ayarth, Izayam, Lakata'ath, Wabapar, Ilaya, Haba'an, Makathya, let's see, La'a, Fagayai, Idaya, Daya, Sha'a, Wama'a, Ath, Ashamya, Ashar, Kata'a, Shathya, Tharayam, Aya, Shanya, Banya, Wanaya, Lehawa, Akab, Lakatath, Wakad, La'ilaya, Wabaya, Atham, O, Haba'a, Wakora'ab, Ath, Ashar, Lakata'ath, Rashayunya, Wama La'ak, Ath, Rashaya, Mamayo, Mamayo, Irapaya, Wala'a, Yabad Ya'o, Waza'a Madam Hakata Af Al Kwaya Hamaza Ka'ach Wahad Nasha'or Kadam Wamataza'a Or Wasa'ad Hamaza Ba'ach Ka Kata'af Kataf Hawaya Waya Hashanya Ya'aisha'a Ila'a Bamashapat Waba Pa'or Ilaya Haba'an Maka'athia Ashar Kata'a Wana Sala'ak, last verse. Wa'am La'a Tashayag Yaidwa. Yeah. Yaidwa Lashathia Tharayam Au Lashanya Banya Yawana'a Wabaya Quarabanya Ashar Kata'a Aishara'ath Hapa'a Salah Lakatath La'a Wayasham Washayam Alaya Shaman Wala'a Yathyan Ilaya Labunya Baya Kata Hayawa.
Leviticus 5 and 5.
Okay. The book of Leviticus, chapter 5, verse 5. And it shall be when he shall be guilty in one of these things that he shall confess that he hath sinned in that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 6. And he shall bring his trespass offering unto the Lord for his sin which he hath sinned, a female from a flock, a lamb, or a kid of the goats, or for a sin offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for him concerning his sin. Right. Verse 7. And if he be not able to bring a lamb, then he shall bring for his trespass which he hath committed 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons unto the Lord, one for a sin offering and the other for a burnt offering. Mm-hmm. And he shall bring them unto the priest, who shall offer that which is for a sin offering first, and wring off his head from his neck, but shall not divide it asunder. Mm-hmm. And he shall sprinkle the blood of the sin offering upon the side of the altar, and the rest of the blood shall be wrung out on the bottom of the altar. It is a sin offering. Right. Verse 10, he shall offer the second for a burnt offering according to the manner of the priest, and the priest shall make an atonement for him for his sin which he has sinned, and it shall be forgiven him. Verse 11, but if he be not able to bring 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, then he that sinned shall bring for his offering the 10th part of an ephah of fine flour for a sin offering. He shall put no oil upon it, neither shall he put any frankincense thereon, for it is a sin offering.
All right, so we're reading again a lot of different offerings right now. A little trend that you're noticing right here, it's saying like, okay, if somebody has sinned, you're gonna bring this. But if you can't bring that, then you'll bring this. But if you can't bring this, then you're gonna bring that. The moral of this is atone for what you did. If you can't do this, okay, do something to compensate for what you've done. Now again, don't think like literal sacrifice. We ain't sacrificing that stuff. But if you knew that you have sinned, find a way to atone for what you've done and actually atone for it, right? Don't say sorry and then don't follow it up with an action. We went over this a few times because the word repent in the Bible actually translates to sorry. If I offend Ibad, right, and I'm saying, hey, sorry, but then I keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. You see the face he got? He's kind of like, really sorry, then. Like, you keep doing the same thing. But like, that's what that is, though. I should be sorry, but also show that I'm sorry for what I've done. Like I'm walking, like I don't know, I stub your toe. It's like, oh, sorry, I'm mindful, like, hey, like I don't step on the toes. But then I walk by you every time, and I always step on your toes. Eventually, it's gonna be like, keep stepping on my. He gonna step on my toe. Now I'm getting mad. That well, you did it to me. You see how that's not like? I know it sounds silly, but like that's the mindset we have to have. Like you can't just say sorry. Sorry, it's a word. It's a word. All right. What you're seeing is examples of showing some form of action to atone for what you have done. That's what you can get from this. All right. You got anything before we continue?
Come on, if I may.
Go ahead.
And this is also showing the Lord's grace and his mercy. He's saying, well, if you don't got this, then bring me this. Okay, if you don't got that, then bring me this. You know what I'm saying? Like he's giving you ample amount of time and ample chances to atone for your sin. You know what I'm saying? Like he's doing right now. Like right now we live under grace. You know what I'm saying? But don't frustrate that grace. Don't let that grace, or don't let the knowledge of grace, be the reason why you keep sinning. Like you're gonna keep sinning, like you're saying, I'm gonna keep sinning, I'm gonna keep stepping on your toe, but I'm gonna apologize, but I'm gonna keep doing it over and over and over again. At one point in time, that grace is gonna run out and the Lord's gonna stop doing it. And the best bet for you is that the Lord, so like no harsh ways, that he just put you to death. If not, he gonna make you suffer while you're still here. He can, kill you without actually, putting you in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that you're not frustrating the grace of God, that when you sin, you actually repent, you change, you actually be sorry for what you did. Not just say, oh, I'm going to change, I'm going to plead with the Lord, man, I'm going to atone for it, and he's going to do it again. You know what I'm saying? Grace, it don't last forever. Mercy don't last forever. Right. From the Lord or from people. So I get it.
If I could, just to like go off of that, can you give me Ezekiel 33 and 11? Because what Bob just brought out, it's an excellent point. Like the grace is going to run out,
right? And
then when the grace runs out, the Lord's going to punish you. But let's kind of look at the spirit behind the Lord punishing you. Can I get Ezekiel 33 and 11?
Okay. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 33, verse 11, saying to them, as I live, saith the Lord God, I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked.
Says what?
I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked.
I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked. Keep going.
Come. But that the wicked turn from his way and live.
Come on.
Turn ye from your evil ways. For why will ye die, O house of Israel?
That's it on that.
Come on.
All right, so you get the spirit behind it. We brought out earlier, asked y'all, if a brother checks you, what is that? And Bob brought it out. He said, the brother cares about you, right? It's not that the brother wants to check you. It's just he cares about you. I've even said it before. I'll be like, I would rather check you than somebody else might, because they might not be as kind as I am. Right? It's the same thing, because the Lord is it's a chain of command. The Lord is going to get you eventually if you're not learning. But then there's a spirit behind it. It says he don't take pleasure in it. The Lord wants you to live. How do you live? By following the law. If you are a serial killer, the Lord is not happy about the fact that his child is out here murdering people, right? He's probably messed up in the head. I don't know. He probably witnessed something as a child. I don't know. But the Lord is hoping, like, get it right. Like, I keep giving you grace. Like, you already done been arrested like 3-4 times already. You already got away this time. Maybe you should stop. And it's like, you just keep doing it. Eventually, the Lord's like, all right, I can't let this dude just keep running around killing people. Kill him. Now you're dead. You're gone, but the Lord's not happy about it. What he really wanted was for you to live and heal from whatever it was that was traumatizing you. The thing is, he has to get rid of you, because think about it like this. Y'all heard that term, like, one bad apple spoils the whole bunch.
Right.
That's kind of what it is. Like, something traumatic happened to that brother or sister for them to be so messed up in the head, to think that it's okay to just take lives, right? But the thing is, when they start taking lives, the survivors or like the families or whatever, guess what? They're traumatized now. Now that spirit that they had, it might latch onto them. That demon is going to latch onto them. Now, guess what? They might want to kill that person, right? Now that person's a murderer.
Right.
You see how it starts to spread? It's very similar to like the LGBTQ community, right? I read somewhere, I don't know what the numbers are, probably high, I don't know. It said roughly, I think it was like 41 to 48% of LGBTQ members have been assaulted between the ages of, I think it's like 11 to like 17 or something like that. Now, we know the truth that that's a learned behavior, right? Thing is, that sister was violated. Now she's gay. She might violate somebody else, or that brother might violate somebody else. Why? Because that's what they were taught. Now that spirit is going to latch on to somebody else, and then another, and then another, and then another, until the whole batch is polluted.
Right.
Now everybody all questioning how they think in their head, questioning their sexuality. A lot of the people, they be on drugs, like heavy drugs. Their suicide rate is crazy.
Right.
So the Lord can't let that happen. Lord got to stop it. So you can't learn. Hey, look, your grace is going to run out, and the Lord's going to get rid of you. Because rather kill the one to save the 100. I know that sounds kind of harsh, but that's kind of like how the mindset is, though. You don't want that. You don't want that. You should be grateful for the grace that you have, for the ability to get well. Whoever you were, before you came into the truth, that's the old you. Now is the time for you to change. This is your time to change, right? If you want to change, you gotta want it, right?
Right.
Now, if you don't want it, all right, the world's out there. Go do what you was doing before. But I'm gonna tell you this much: death is waiting around the corner.
Right.
You're gonna die, and I'm not saying that to scare anybody. I'm telling you, you're gonna die, and it might not be like brother brought up. It might not be physical, like spiritual. You might lose your house, lose your rib. That's happened a few times. There's been brothers who have come into here before, and let's say they read in the world, and they just hate the fact that he's in the truth. And guess what? They finally leave the truth, and then the woman leaves. That happens. Or some sisters, they want to be a whore, and they want to do it in secrecy or whatever. And guess what? They end up doing it, and then they pass. I'm telling you this for a reason, because these things have actually happened. We don't want that for you, and better yet, the Lord doesn't want it for you. He doesn't take pleasure in punishing the wicked. He'd rather you just live. He'd rather you be righteous. The Lord is not an abuser. There's a fine line between that. Like, I know, in today's age, I don't know, they try to tell you, like, oh, you can't hit your kids or whatever. There's a difference from discipline and abusing. The Lord is not trying to abuse you. He's trying to discipline.
Right.
So take the discipline now before the Lord's going to be like, all right, well, I can't do it. It's going to be another flood, and you're going to be swept away with it. Or really what's going to happen in Revelation is going to be fire, nuclear warfare. And like you brought this up earlier, everybody going to get beamed up, and you looking around, everybody else floating, you get beamed up.
You'll be trying to blow too. Like,
yeah, you going to try to go on your toes. And it's like, and then, look, I'm trying to get on a chariot. I don't know about you. I'm trying to get on a chariot. I do not want to be that person looking around. It's like, damn, I guess I wasn't worthy. Well, that's it. Race is over. You're going to burn with the rest of America. You don't want that. The Lord don't want that for you. You got anything about it?
Come on, if I may. And like you were saying, like how, one bad apple spoils the bunch. It's like what that is, like you said, it's a learned behavior. Now, some people will try and fight gun violence with more guns. You know what I'm saying? It's like at some point in time, you got to break the chain. You got to stop trying to fight fire with fire. You can't fight sin with more sin. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody killed your cousin, you're going to go and kill their cousin. And then that cousin going to go kill that cousin. And that brother, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, it's a disease. It's like a cancer that spreads through the body, that spreads through the nation of Israel. It's because we don't know how to break generational curses. Like, poverty is a generational thing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are in horrible conditions because our great-grandmothers and great-grandfathers were slaves. And they taught our grandmothers how to be nothing but poor. And they taught our mothers. And then now you're poor. You know what I'm saying? It's a generational thing. You know what I'm saying? We got to break those curses. We got to stop trying to fight sin with sin. You can't fight fire with fire.
Right.
You can't keep doing wrong to make right. You know what I'm saying? So like that's
no,
what
we're just going to read the rest English.
Come on.
Let's go to
Verse 12.
verse 12.
Come on. The book of Leviticus, chapter 5, verse 12. Then shall he bring it to the priest, and the priest shall take his handful of it, even a memorial thereof, and burn it on the altar according to the offerings made by fire unto the Lord. It is a sin offering. Verse 13. And the priest shall make an atonement for him as touching his sin, so like that he had sinned on one of these, and it shall be forgiven him. And he that remaineth, so like in the remnants come, and the remnant shall be the priest as a meat offering. Verse 14. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, if a soul commit a trespass and sin through ignorance in the holy things of the Lord, which so like then he shall bring for his trespass unto the Lord a ram without blemish out of the flocks, with thy estimation by shekels of silver, after the shekel of the sanctuary for a trespass offering. Verse 16, and he shall make amends for the harm that he hath done in the holy thing, and shall add the fifth part thereto, and give it unto the priest, and the priest shall make an atonement for him with the ram of the trespass offering, and it shall be forgiven him. Verse 17, if a soul sin and commit any of these things which are forbidden to be done by the commandments of the Lord, though he wist it not, yet is he guilty and shall bear his iniquity. Verse 18, he shall bring a ram without blemish out of the flock, with thy estimation for a trespass offering unto the priest. And the priest shall make an atonement for him concerning his ignorance, wherein he erred and wist it not, and it shall be forgiven him. Verse 19, it is a trespass offering, he that certainly trespassed against the Lord. The book of Leviticus chapter 6, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, if a soul sin and commit a trespass against the Lord, and lie unto his neighbor in that which was delivered him to keep, or his fellowship, or in the thing taken away by violence, or had deceived his neighbor. Verse 3, or have found that which was lost, and lieth concerning it, and sweareth falsely in any of these things that a man doeth, sinning therein.
All right, so let's go to verse 3 real quick, where it says, or have found that which was lost, and lieth concerning it, and sweareth falsely in any of all of these that a man doeth, sinning therein. This is like an example of, okay, I'll put it like this. Let's say a brother lost his watch, and you found the watch. You know it's that brother's watch, and you keep it for yourself. You're a thief.
Right.
You're lame. You're lame. I'm sorry. Like, no, you're a thief. Like, you should give that brother back what was his, but you lying about it, right? You done took from that brother. You done took from your neighbor, right? You're a thief. And being a thief is what? That's a sin.
Right.
I hope like that's pretty straightforward, right? Don't be like that. Like, again, we're reading a lot of this, and the Bible, when you really look at it, it's very basic. It's very basic. It tells you how to be a decent human being. It's all it's telling you how to be, right? Don't lie, don't steal, don't harm your brother. When it says your neighbor, that's what it's talking about. It's talking about your brother. It's talking about your sister.
Right.
It's talking about your son. It's talking about your husband. It's talking about your wife. I'll say, sometimes in the world, right, I feel like a lot of us have either seen this or have experienced it ourselves. Just because somebody is your family member does not mean that you shouldn't respect their boundaries. You think that, oh, that's my child. And let's say you found your daughter's necklace. You know it's your daughter's necklace. You don't tell your daughter you wearing that necklace. And your mind says, well, that's my daughter. You know, it's okay. No, it's not. You just stole from your daughter. That's what that is. You found your son's wife. You just stole from your son. Just because that's your blood family don't mean nothing. That's if anything, it's worse when you really think about it. Right. You're stealing from your blood relatives, right? I'm saying that because sadly there's a lot of us who I feel like have either been through this or experienced it within our families, and it's like the mindset of, oh well, I can do this because this is my son. I can do this because this is my daughter. It's like, no. The law still applies. Don't be stealing from your kids. Don't be doing that. Don't steal from your mother. Steal from your mom is crazy. Don't steal from your dad. Don't steal from your brother, your sister, your aunts, uncles. Don't steal. It's that. Don't think, well, we cool. Like, no. If y'all cool, don't steal. It's that simple, right? It's like, you got anything before we continue? You can go ahead.
Come. Verse 4. Then it shall be because he has sinned and is guilty that he shall restore that which he took violently away, or the thing which he had deceitfully gotten, or that which was delivered him to keep, or the lost thing which he found.
Right.
Verse 5. Or all that about which he has sworn falsely, he shall even restore it in the principal, and shall add the fifth part more thereto. and shall give it unto whom it appertaineth in the day of his trespass offering.
So just real quick, we keep seeing like sworn, swear, oath. There's a lot of Shalom Christ out of one. The reason why you see these words a lot is because, again, things were word of mouth, right? And I feel like that has been taken advantage of today, right? People just say whatever. It's like, oh, well, it's not in writing, so we don't got to worry about it. No. What you say and how you move is a reflection of you, and you should honor whatever oath or promise, as we went over earlier, that you uphold to. Don't make promises that you can't keep.
Right.
Also, honor the oath. Honor it. If you know you can't honor it, don't make it. This is where, if you could take anything away from this class, credibility.
Right.
Are you a credible person? Don't sit here and say you're going to do X, Y, and Z, and then you never do it. Because now you're not reliable. The Lord needs reliable men and women, right? Be that. If you know, like, there's no shame if you can't make it somewhere and you know you can't make it. Just say you can't make it. It's all right. It's all right. Rather you be truthful than to sit here and lie and be like, yeah, I can do this, and then you never do it. Don't do that, right? You don't want to sit here and build up that reputation, because think of it like this. Would you follow somebody who has bad credibility? I know I wouldn't. I would not follow a leader who's saying that they're going to do this, 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 and this, and they're doing a lot of this. We love to talk. And I don't see anything happening. I mean, I would kind of look at the person like, I don't know if I should follow this, because he don't really know what he's talking about. Or I'm not really seeing the fruits of his labor. You're just talking. That's all we've been doing is talking. You got to act, right? You can't honor the oath, don't make it.
Right.
That's why, let's get into it a little bit more. When brothers and sisters, but I'm going to focus most of them brothers, when we come in here and you get anointed, what we do, we always ask you, are you sure?
Right.
Are you sure you want to do this? If you will know them by their fruits. Yeah, you'll know them by the work that they do. You come in here, we do it with every brother. Even when you get a rank raise, you might have already been an officer of 500. Now you get anointed to 1,000. Now here's the thing: do you want it?
Right.
Be real, because let's be honest, you know deep down if you are ready. Don't think of it like, oh, it's in the moment. I better say it now because what is everybody going to think of me? Don't think like that, because if you make that oath, and now you're officer of 1,000, 5,000, captain, whatever, officer of 50, trooper, and then you leave, you made a promise you couldn't keep.
Right.
Now we will look at you kind of funny, like, oh, yeah, that brother, he officer of 5,000, he left them. Been in school for 8 years, left. Then you never hear from him again. That's crazy. That's happened before.
Right.
Don't be that person. If you know you're not ready, don't do it. You know. Because the thing is, you could try to fool everybody all you want. Yeah, the Lord sees everything. He's going to weed you out. He's going to test you. That's a whole nother topic, but the Lord is always going to test you to see if your spirit is really in this. And if your spirit is wavering, if you lukewarm, you're out of here.
Right.
That ain't me. That's the Lord. The Lord won't give it. Because you don't belong here. You're not trying to be a credible person, right? You got anything up?
Come on, if I may. This is showing right here that the Lord is about justice. It says if you take something from someone, you're going to give them back what you took and a little bit more. And it says that whoever leads into captivity shall go into captivity. You know what I'm saying? Killed by the sword shall be killed with the sword. It's all about justice. It's all about equality. You kill, or you lead into captivity, you're going to be killed and led into captivity. It's only right. You know what I'm saying? Commander Durniana has a iconic camp speaking where he's saying, should a robber pay back what he stole? Should a murderer, would it be right for a murderer to be killed? Should a thief pay back everything that he paid or that he stole? It's only fair. You know what I'm saying? And this is right here. If you steal something from somebody, you make that sin offering, and then you give them back what you stole and some. You know what I'm saying? Just how the white man is going to do for us. Mm-hmm. They're going to serve us how we serve them, but it's going to be a righteous servitude. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be something that they need to do. It's only right. There's no other way that they can be, squared up, as you were saying. There's no other way until they go into captivity. what I'm saying? They serve us, they build our kingdom. You know, or when you're at camp, you feel like you sorry, you kiss the boots of the, the priests and prophets. And then maybe you'll be forgiven. But until then, you gotta serve, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's only fair. It's like that's my point.
No, it's an excellent point. I just want everybody to really like just digest like what we're saying. Like I know it may seem certain things are getting repeated over and over again. There's a reason for that.
Right.
The Lord is really trying to like get it in your heads. Don't be like this. Don't be that person. That's not credible. That's not reliable. That's not trustworthy. I believe, isn't that gentleman behind his name? I believe that's what his name is, trustworthy. And that's a very credible man, but there's a reason why he's like that.
All right.
All right. There's a reason why a lot of brothers or a lot of sisters have a certain reputation. It's because of how they carry themselves and who they are on the inside. Who you are on the inside will always show on the outside. You know what that's called? That's called your countenance.
Right.
You're a coward. You can try to mask it all you want. We gonna know. We might not say it. We gonna like, hey, I can good. Sure. Is there anything you want to tell me? Again, I give you that grace because maybe you can change. I hope you change. The Lord hopes you change.
Right.
But then if you don't, then we'll be with you, I guess. Okay, that's all right. Where we at?
Verse 5.
5. All right, you can take it.
Come on, the book of Leviticus, chapter 6, verse 5. For all that about which he hath sworn falsely, he shall even restore it in the principle. It's like in the principle, and shall add the 5th part more thereto, and give it unto whom it pertaineth in the day of his trespass offering. Verse 6, and he shall bring his trespass offering unto the Lord, a ram without blemish out of the flock, with thy estimation for a trespass offering unto the priest. And the priest shall make an atonement for him before the Lord, and it shall be forgiven him for anything of all that he hath done in trespassing therein. Verse 8, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, command Aaron and his sons, saying, this is the law of the burnt offering. It is the burnt offering because of the burning upon the altar all night unto the morning, and the fire of the altar shall be burning in it. Verse 10, and the priest shall put on his linen garment, and his linen breeches shall he put upon his flesh, and take upon the ashes which the fire hath consumed with the burnt offering on the altar, and he shall put them beside the altar. Verse 11, he shall put off his garment, and put on other garments, and carry forth the ashes without the camp unto a clean place. Verse 12, and the fire upon the altar shall be burning in it, and it shall not be put out. And the priest shall burn wood on it every morning, and lay the burnt offering in order upon it, and he shall burn therein the fat of the peace offerings. Verse 13, the fire shall ever be burning upon the altar, it shall never go out. Verse 14, and this is the law of the meat offering the sons of Aaron shall offer before the Lord, before the altar, and he shall take of his handful of the flour of the meat offering, and of the oil thereof, and all the frankincense which is upon the meat offering, and shall burn it upon the altar for a sweet savor, even the memorial of it unto the Lord. Verse 16, and the remainder thereof shall Aaron and his sons eat. With unleavened bread shall it be eaten in the holy place. In the court of the tabernacle of the congregation they shall eat it. Verse 17, it shall not be baken with leaven. I have not given it unto them for their portion of my offerings made by fire. It is most holy, as is the sin offering, and as the trespass offering. Verse 18, last verse. And all the males among the children of Aaron shall eat it. It shall be a statute forever in your generations concerning the offerings of the Lord made by fire. Every one that touched them shall be holy.
Verse 19. That's the last
one. Oh, come. Verse 19. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
and that's, like I said, it's right there. But yeah, so again, what can you take from this class? I hope everybody understands. Let's look past just the offerings, right? Let's look at what was the nature behind it. The nature behind these offerings was to atone for our sins, right? That is the whole gist of it. Also, don't take things lightly. Like, okay, when Christians like to say, it's like, don't say my Lord's name in vain or something like that. This is what this is really talking about. Like, you making false promises, you making oaths, really to the Most High, because that's really what it is. When you are saying sorry to your brother, and you're actually showing that you're sorry, of course that's brotherhood. Don't get me wrong, but it transcends that. It goes back to the law that the Lord gave unto us. Why do you do that? Because you're honoring the oath that you made, that our people made to the Most High. When you don't, you're breaking that oath.
Right.
In a sense, breaking a promise. That's what this is talking about. You don't want to be that person that just breaks promises all the time. You are not reliable. You're not credible. You're not trustworthy. You're very inconsistent. No one wants to be around somebody like that. Shaky. You know, you said we going into war. I'm gonna be honest with you. If Christ come back tomorrow and we all go into war, I don't want to be paired up with anybody that's like, I'm a little, that brother, he might dip. But I don't know about him. He might leave me.
Right.
Like that's scary.
Right.
I'm being real. That's scary. I want to know, like, these are my brothers. We got each other's backs. Whatever happens, like, we here. Don't be that dude like, hey, I got it. You dip. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, you don't want to be that person. But, you know, on a deeper note, we have been that person for a very, very long time. We have consistently broken the oath, broken the covenant, broken the law, statutes, and commandments that the Lord made for us. And, well, that's why we're here now. Let's see. You want to be predictable and dependable. You want to be dependable. You don't want to be like, you don't want to be that person like nobody ever calls you to handle something. Some of y'all, I'll be honest with you, some of y'all might like that. Like, oh, you know, I don't gotta do that. It's like you never get called to do anything. You're never in charge of anything. There's a reason for that. Because no one views you as a dependable person. Like, I don't know about that.
Right.
You know, I need somebody to run this. That brother can do it. What about him? I don't know. I don't know. We got to see what that brother does first. Again, still giving you grace. That's the thing. We're still giving you grace.
Right.
The Lord is giving you grace. So you still got time to change. Some people might change a little slower than others. That's fine, as long as you change them. You don't want to be the same as who you were before you got in here. You don't want that. You will not survive. I promise you. Even if you've been weeding it out this whole time for years, the Lord knows your spirit, right? Water. I appreciate water. But see, like that's what you will want, though. Right. That's what you want. That's for any brother and sisters, by the way. You know, you want to be a dependable sister. You want to be a sister that, like, we people who have been in the school long enough, you've seen it. Like certain sisters, like you get your flowers. It's like, you know what, this sister, she's reliable, she's dependable, and that is what a woman should be, right? The other sisters who come in here for alternative reasons, well, they're not here. There's a reason for that. Certain sisters have stayed, got married, have families, kids. Right. They live good. There's a reason for that, because their countenance, who they are on the inside, it projects on the outside, right? So that's what you should take from this, right? Be reliable, be dependable, be trustworthy. Honor the oath that our forefathers and mothers have made to the Most High. Right. That's what you should do. You got anything out before we close the class?
Come on, if I may.
Go ahead.
It's something in verse 7 that, that caught my eye. It says, verse 7, and the priest shall make an atonement for him before the Lord, and it shall be forgiven for him for anything of all that he has done in trespassing therein. What this is saying is that no sin is too big for the Lord to forgive. There's nothing too big for the Lord that the Lord can't handle, man. Whatever you done did, man, come in here and change, man. Right. It don't matter whether you think you didn't kill too many people or, it's none of our business. But if you got a guilty conscience, man, if you think you can never be forgiven of the Lord, you come into here. Let me show you that you can be forgiven, man. It says anything of all that you've ever done. There's nothing too big for the Lord that he cannot handle. He's the Lord most high over all the earth, man. You know what I'm saysaying? It's like that was it.
No, that's an excellent point. I always get their names mixed up. It's either Peter or Paul. And it was one of them. It was a brother. If y'all know, one of them, they were murderers.
Paul.
Like, it was Paul. Okay,
he held the coast of the people that stoned Stephen.
Yeah, and guess what? He was saved.
Right.
To the point. Look, the other disciples, they was looking like, you sure you want to let this dude up here?
So I get Simon Peter or Simon.
I know you're talking about
the zealot.
I believe it's Simon Peter.
No, I think Simon Peter was a fisher. And then
I'm missing the name right now.
Simon, because he was the zealot, but he was a murderer.
With Paul too.
Yeah.
Most of the apostles was bad men at some point in time.
Were, let's just say there was time they would.
Right.
And there were times where it was like other people were like concerned, like, you sure you want to let this person into the congregation because of the things that they have done? Well, think of it like this. We've all done things that we weren't supposed to do. And like you said, it's none of our business. You know, that's between you and the Most High. But like, we've all had things where it's like, man, I wish I never did that.
Right.
Or like, man, I wish I was a better person, or I made better choices at that time. Think of it like this. Stop worrying about who you were. Worry about who you are now. You're still alive, which means that the Lord currently is still giving you grace, time to change.
Right.
Whatever is on your guilty conscience, right? Use it. Use it now. Don't be one of those people that the Lord has to off and say, oh, I gave him enough time. In about 30 years, 35 years, 10 years, the person's still a monster. All right, well, that's it. You don't want that, right? You don't want that. The Lord doesn't want that. That's why I wanted to bring out Ezekiel 33 and 11, because the Lord doesn't take pleasure in punishing the wicked. He doesn't want you to be wicked.
Right.
You're wicked. That means you let the demons win. You don't want the demons winning. You don't want them. He doesn't want Satan to have you. But if you're not serving the Lord, well, then who are you serving? That's all. Like that's what you should take from this class. Just taking accountability, of course, serving the Lord, but also just being a dependable person.
Right.
Not just for your nation. You should do it for your nation, obviously, but for the Lord. That's where it all ties into. So like, that's all I got. For the sake of time, Dawada, for everybody that tuned in, if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. We want to be back at it again every Saturday, of course.
Right.
With that, shalom.